Welcome to RezoBiz, episode number 12 of the People's Choice. And this week, there was not a vote, so there will not, for last week, and there will not be a reveal this week. We're getting down to where we're just doing the things, working on the things that we've voted for. We have some things coming up that are kind of special, some really custom things, and I'm excited about that. And need to talk about the IBMA this week and what's going to happen since that's not going to happen. Well, since the IBMA and showing up at the show there to auction off this guitar. That's the main question that I want to answer this week. Hi, I'm Byrl with Byrl Guitars, and welcome to RezoBiz, where everything is greater with a resonator. All right, we got this the back here, and we've got last week. I believe it was last week, we got the center strap on it and we had it gridded out so you could see where everything, or I can see where everything goes. And what I want to do this week is get this thing, get the braces ready to go into it, and also get, so there's quite a bit of preparation for the braces, and then we want to get them glued in. So that's kind of what we'll be working on right now. All right, so what I'm getting ready to do right now, for my deep bodies, I have a system that I worked out that provides the sound that I like. I'm going to prefer, and I only do this with my deep bodies, but these are what I call foundational braces. So I'm going to be putting these on. I got a whole reason for using these that I won't bore you with, but that's what I'm going to be measuring out and doing right now. Glue this in. Got it over here moved to my handy dandy go bar deck. I love go bar decks. I think they're just neat the way they work. I don't know, I think it's the simplicity of it, and the fact that I don't have to buy, I can make it myself. Something about getting a tree out of the woods, cutting it open, seeing what it is, finding the exact piece, having it in your mind what it's going to look like, and being able to put it together with your own hands. It just thrills me, and then I enjoy making the tools the same way. So I like the side bender, I think, for the same reason. I like bending the sides. I think it's just neat. But I also enjoy my go bar deck. This is really shaping up to be a beautiful guitar. I might be one of the guys bidding on it. Wait till my wife hears that. No, you're not. I think almost every guitar, I think, man, I'd like to have one of these. I have recently built one that I really am thinking, that's going to be on my list of guitars that I want. So far, the amount of guitars that I own is one. and it's one of the church woods. I was gonna sell it if somebody really wanted it, and then not too long ago somebody actually, and I kind of priced it high so I couldn't sell it, or wouldn't sell it, at least too quickly. But somebody said they wanted it and they didn't move on it quick enough. They called back about it and I said it's not available. It literally freaked me out when I actually thought it was going to sell, and I realized how much I actually liked that guitar, and I decided to keep it. So it's now my guitar, and I've got one in the process that I'm building. I'm getting big names, or known names, or at least names that mean something to me in the business of dobros, whether they play, build, or whatever. I'm getting to sign the back of it, and that guitar will be mine. And one of the names I don't have yet, believe it or not, is Jerry Douglas. I've actually been trying to get him to do it for, and not that he won't, I haven't been able to talk to him. Our paths just don't cross at IBMA, and that's about the only chance I get to see him. Oh, that one's retired. But, I recently went to Michigan and met Mr. Shearhorn, and talked to him for the first time in person this year, and got him to sign my dobro on the back. And I've got a lot of well-known players to sign it. Some not so known, but they're very good. Anyhow, that's going to be my guitar number 2. But boy, this thing's turning out. I'm going to be wishing this one was mine too, I think. All right, there is my brace foundations. Good and center. Good and center. All right, these are my braces. These are already prepped, and I laminate all my deep bodies. I do it different on my shallow bodies. On my deep bodies, I've got on the deep bodies, they're all, I guess, Byrl guitar. On my shallow bodies, which is really like the equivalent to a Shearhorn deep body, I kind of take from some of the ideas that a few different makers build their guitars to, and I kind of stick to the old standard style bracing and stuff, and there's a little bit of a tone that you're getting out of those guitars, though I still have a unique, I think, to my guitar sound to them. Anyhow, the binding is, or the bracing is similar to those. With these, the deep bodies, it's not even an option. I don't let you vote on it because this is just the way I build the deep bodies. Anyhow, it's 3 pieces of wood, and they're 2 different species, and there's a reason, there's a tone that I get using it this way, and there's a rigidity, and I make the thickness different, and it's all kind of a studied thing that I've done and practiced a bit on it, and it gets the result that I want. So anyhow, I gotta clean these up. Alright, so all my backs are radiused. And I do that because, and what I mean by that, it's got the shape like a ball. And it's this way and it's the length. And so when we get to it, you'll see, before I put the back on, I'm looking at it. I wish it was done. There's the part of every job that you do that you just don't like, and that one's coming. It's the leveling the rims. And I've watched a lot of different videos from guitar makers and see how they do stuff. A lot of my stuff that I do is from guitars, regular, not resonators, but there's not a lot on resonators out there, hence the videos I'm doing. But who is that? I really like their guitars. I can't tell you the name of them. I forget. But they have a fancy disc, and the way they radius them, it's not the end result is not the way I'd like to see mine. But they have a nice way, and they just have a big round disc. I think a few big companies do this, but they have a big disc that turns. And then they got guides that they put the guitar in a mold, and the mold rides on the guides, and it goes down, and it shapes the bottom of the rim just perfect, and it looks beautiful, and guys can be doing something else while this is all working. Well, mine aren't that way. So I have to radius them by hand, and I pre-cut them when I cut the sides out, even before they're bent, with this radius in mind. But a radius on a guitar is a very important, in my opinion, very important feature. And I'm sitting here thinking in my head, trying to remember the name of this guitar. And I tell you, you know, it's regular guitar, acoustic guitar. I can't think of it though. When you radius the back, though, in my mind, some of the things that happen is it's like spring loading the back, and so it gives a nice kickback and response when you pluck the strings. It just puts everything kind of in a tense, ready, you know, almost like a tiger ready to pounce on something. And when it's time, this energy just explodes out of there. And that's how this radius in the back, the way I think of it in my mind. And so everything I've done, getting my measurements and all that, are with this thought in mind, kind of spring loading this back. So I've got a set, both guitar models get the same radius, shape, and everything, because there's just, I worked on it, and I've got what I like, and so I do it on all of them. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to get these things radius and prep for this back. Oh yeah? Look who come to visit me. A little naked boy. He's native to this area. He just comes visit the shop now and again. Oh, what she got? Oh, no. Easy there. Okay, yeah. He's my, he's gonna be my next luthier. He'll be guitar and Byrl Guitars and Sons. I'm still thinking on that name. It's gonna drive me crazy. I'm gonna have to look it up. No, I'll figure it out. Alright, so I've got this piece out here off the Go Bar deck, and now I'm just kind of cleaning up the edges and just kind of giving them a little bit of a rounded radius. Okay, I've got my Go Bar deck going on here, and this is my brace set up for putting my backs together. Each one of these matches the radius on each one of my braces. So we'll put this on here, and McPherson, that's who it is. McPherson is the people who I learned how to do I've seen do the radiusing the way they do. If you want to watch a neat video, watch the, there's something on Shop Tour or something like that for McPherson. And boy, that's really neat. But I saw this on a different video from another guitar builder. I enjoy watching guitar building. All right, so let's get this thing glued up. All right, it's another week of the People's Choice. A little bit of the build is being done. There's a lot of detail in the back, as maybe you can see, and everything's not in the recording either. But we got the head trimmed out, and this is just roughed out. I mean, if you look at it, you say, "Oh, bro, that's not even." It's just close. So now I gotta lay the template on it, and we'll get it real close. And it's way too thick. Got a lot of shaping to do on this still yet, but we got a little bit of stuff done there. But I wanted to talk about questions were asked. What are we going to do for IBMA, or not maybe the IBMA, but the auctioning off the guitar now that the IBMA is virtual. And I'd like to encourage you next year to be at the IBMA. It's a wonderful show, and it is a very good time. And love having the people come by the booth. Last year was real encouraged by the just the mention of the videos, and then so many people get to play the guitars, and that was wonderful. This year though, we don't get to do that. So what I'm planning on doing, and this was asked last week, and I tried to reply to some people, and I apologize, I did attempt it, but I'm not very tech savvy. My wife is usually the one that does most of the online tech stuff for me. But so some of my messages failed to send, and I don't know what happened. So I just want to cover it. This October 3rd is a Saturday this year, and we would have been auctioning off this guitar then at the IBMA, where we're going to do it. We'll be in Tennessee. We'll either be in Gatlinburg area or Nashville. I haven't worked out the details yet with, but I'd like to be at a kind of a well-known music store. I got 3 in mind, I think. But I haven't talked to anybody yet. I've been just busy with everything else. But I'm gonna get a hold of some people. Some people are only by appointment because of the COVID stuff. But I think we're gonna be past that by October, and I'm hoping we can get in. And you could come play. My hope is we can go. You can come in, play a guitar, play one of my guitars, play any guitar, and then be there for the auction if you'd like to bid live. Then there'll be the online auction also will be going at the same time. And so you'll be able to auction on October 3rd. We will be auctioning off this guitar. And I appreciate your participation in the videos and the it's been fun, and the ideas. And we'll be working on, I'm hoping next week we'll be working on some more of the custom ideas for the sound hole, and I can share some of the recordings and stuff that I've done with that, and that I'm working on with that. And we'll be able to see that thing as it unfolds and how that works out. I'm excited about that part. So keep watching. Look, maybe marking on your calendar for October 3rd. The closest I can tell you for the location is going to be in Tennessee, in the Nashville or Gatlinburg area. So thank you for watching. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. If you like it, hit the like button. And watch out for the next video on Saturday next week. And we'll see some more of this, how this guitar is coming together.